Alright, this is Jsnow with the World of Warcraft, BlizzCon premieres, and just a reaction video from that stuff, so let's go right into it. Before going to World of Warcraft Classic, let's talk about the new expansion, Battle of Azeroth. So, Battle of Azeroth, is the brand new expansion where you're going to be going to two separate islands and taking over, the Horde will take over one island called Zandalar, Here you go, Zandalar. So they're going to be taking over troll content, and we're going to have more troll raids. Oh yeah, just what we need, more troll raids, more troll dungeons, and all that stuff. And the Alliance will be taking over Kul Tiras, if I'm saying that correctly. So this zone reminds me of Boreal Tundra kind of a bit, from Wrath of the Lich King. So we're going to be taking over two different zones. Now, also, they're going to have, I'm trying to do this at the same time as Twitter, because unfortunately, if you didn't buy a virtual access ticket to BlizzCon, you don't get the rest of the info until it all comes out when people leak it, pretty much. So, if I can get some leaked information. So, the Horde is going to be burning down the Dalaran. Basically, going to be burning down Dalaran. Now, how much Dalaran, who knows, but from this screenshot, Dalaran's in some deep crap. And it's going to be burnt down in this next expansion. So this next expansion is all about Alliance versus Horde. So this is how I guess it's going to start off with this. And then the battle for Lordaeron? I think Lordaeron. Basically the undead city. Unfortunately, I can't find any screenshots about... well, they have the movie screenshots. But let's see if we can get a good pick. There you go. So Lordaeron... If I can just get my mouse to stay there. Come on. Alright, there you go. So Lordaeron, the undead city, is going to be under assault by the Alliance. So these are probably going to be two opening scenarios you play when you first start the new expansion. So that's pretty awesome. We're getting some huge conflicts. That's how we start off the, the war in World of Warcraft. For Kul Tiras, looking at a leaked photo, if I can just lower this. So Kul Tiras has an ancient human kingdom. It's a powerful nautical empire ruled by 4 houses and has 3 main territories. So the territories are Drustavar. What is that? Renegade? I'm trying to see. This is a pretty terrible screenshot. Something Sound and Stormsong Valley. So that's pretty interesting. And So it will also have the capital of Kul Tiras, who was led by Catherine Proudmoore. So Proudmoore's mom, I think, and some monster hunters. What it's saying. So this will be the new Alliance hub, according to some people. It might not be, but it looks like it will be. So it's definitely very interesting looking. Looking at other things. So let's just go by the screenshots I have, because I'm looking at Twitter last second, for all the stuff. But anyway, what we have here is a bunch of screenshots of the new zones, and we have the boars are back. We haven't seen these people in quite a long time, so a lot of the old races that we haven't seen in a long time are going to be back to fight with us. And there's also a lot of skeleton things for some reason. So we have skeleton wolves or boars. We also have skeleton zombie looking guys. We have a skeleton behemoth, whatever you want to call that, which looks absolutely awesome. And then we have our trolls. So let's go right into the features. So the features that we have, that we know of, is to venture to level 120. I mean, I think that's obviously expected. I mean, 10 more levels, what do you expect? Then we have new dungeons and raids. Of course, we're going to have new dungeons and raids. I mean, troll raids. There goes big looking. That place looks so awesome. But, yeah, new troll raids, of course. There's also a lot of pirate themed stuff for some reason. Here's a couple screenshots of some pirates. There we got an orc pirate. I wonder if that's that legendary one from Hearthstone. Yeah, now that I realize that's a giant parrot. That might be a brand new mount. We'll be riding giant parrots. Oh yeah. And then we have Plunder Uncharted Islands. So, Plundered Uncharted Islands might be World PvP. We're not exactly sure yet. But it'll definitely be interesting. So, for example, let's say 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. This certain island is open to Horde and Alliance. You go in there and then you fight for it for about, a couple hours, and then a new island opens up. That'd be pretty interesting. Or it might just be a scenario set, or it might just be, an extra island to explore, since the, since the Horde and Alliance have separate islands, but I assume it's going to be for PvP. because if you're having two separate islands, I have a feeling you might not be able to go to the Horde Island, and you might not, as a Horde, you might not be able to go to the Alliance Island. I mean, there is a chance of that happening, so we'll have to see what happens with that. I mean, I'm going to assume because of Dungeons and Raids, you probably can go to different parts, so maybe my theory right there is probably pretty stupid. Here's another screenshot of the plundering. Here's, I think, another screenshot with some sandworms. And then we have the next one is Dominate Warfronts. So we don't know what a Warfront is exactly, but it seems like it's a PvP thing, and you could take over little huts and stuff like that. And then this reminds me of Warcraft 3. So maybe we'll be able to build buildings and then take on siege towers and stuff like that, like Warcraft 3 style, or maybe like a MOBA style where you'll have your heroes go in, and then you gotta defend the little guys because the little guys do most of the work, and you gotta make sure the other heroes don't kill them. So it could be a MOBA style battleground, it could be a MOBA style world PvP, it could just be some kind of PvE thing. I mean, who knows? Here's another screenshot of it. So there's you can see a bunch of little dudes on the bottom running towards it. It's kind of blocked off by the letters. And here's another one where you're actually sieging a town. So you have the Horde sieging an entire, an entire town or city, mini city. So that's going to be pretty awesome, and hopefully the world PvP is pretty good. Lastly, we have our allied races. So we have Dark Iron Dwarves, we have different types of Draenei, we have some kind of vampire-looking dude, not sure exactly what that is. And then we have the different types of Tauren, the Zandalar tribe, and it looks like a harpy? I'm not exactly sure what that is. It looks like a harpy, or it's a different type of night elf? No, different type of blood elf. Oh, no, that's probably the, it's probably a different type of blood elf. Yeah, it's probably a different type of blood elf. And then there's a bunch of scenes where, they had the scenes from the cinematic, which I would say go check out. It's probably on Wowhead. That's where I'm getting all these screenshots from anyway. So, I'm seeing Twitter with a bunch of more spoilers. Let's see, anything good? No, nothing, actually nothing really there. So, let's go, my hopes for the expansion. So this is all just opinions, of course. So my hopes for expansion is world PvP, it makes a comeback. Now, this is called Battle of Azeroth. It has to, it's a Horde versus Alliance expansion. That means that the world PvP is terrible, this expansion might go down the crapper real quick. But I don't see that happening, but it's always a possibility. Right now in Legion, the best gear is PvE gear for PvP. The world PvP is broken because of legendaries. Basically, you can one-shot people in 2 seconds if you have the correct legendaries, or some people won't die because they have the correct legendaries. Battlegrounds are not really that fun anymore because it's been a while. We need some new battlegrounds. And arenas, they've been, actually, as far as battlegrounds, they kind of homogenized. I think that's the right word. Where not really anybody's super powerful and not anybody's super weak. So it was fun to be super powerful, so hopefully they'll bring that back somehow, because, it's fun to be powerful. I mean, it's an MMO. You shouldn't be like, just because somebody just hit 100 doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to, like, 3-shot them. Like, come on. Those were good old days of PvP. Not for the receiving end, but, yeah. So that's my hope for that. As far as dungeons, I don't really have much to say about dungeons. I mean, in Legion, I didn't really like the dungeons that much because they were very open. Like, for example, like, instead of going from point A to point B, there's like a point A, point 5, where there's like just extra trash for no reason. Some of the dungeons were a little bit difficult to navigate compared to previous dungeons. Like, what I really liked was Mr. Pandaria dungeons. They were really light on trash. They had a little story behind it, and the bosses were interesting for the most part. So maybe they'll go back to the Mr. Pandaria type of dungeon. I mean, they're probably not, but it would be nice. And I think that's it for this expansion. Now let's go on to the other, not really an expansion, but World of Warcraft Classic. So they didn't show anything except for the opening cinematics going backwards, back in time. But World of Warcraft Classic. Woo! Now, I'm more excited about this than the actual expansion, to be honest. Like, the actual expansion is just like, oh, okay. we're having a World of Warcraft vanilla, though. So, finally, after all those debates about vanilla servers, all that yelling, arguing, all that good stuff, we have World of Warcraft Classic. So World of Warcraft Classic is going to be World of Warcraft Vanilla. So for people who haven't played that, it's a whole different experience. So if they keep it the same as what I think they are, that means you're going to have to make your own groups. You're going to have to find players in your realm. You're going to actually have to find players, take them, meet up at the dungeon, and actually walk into the dungeon manually. No looking for group tools. None of that. Like, this game will take your time. You'll have to have a good amount of time to play World of Warcraft Classic. Because simple things like that, all the simple shortcuts are not there anymore. What do you call it? As far as guilds are more important, so the social aspect will be increased because a guild is actually a guild. It's not like a thing where you just sit in there and your guild dies. Guilds get crap done in vanilla. Simple things like hunters. Hunters will have to buy ammo once again. Like, no more days of just shooting unlimited arrows. You're gonna have times where you're a hunter, you're in the middle of a dungeon, and all of a sudden you realize you forgot to buy enough ammo to shoot. That's pretty insane. And I think one of the best parts about all of it, Barons Chat. Barons Chat. For those who haven't experienced Classic with Barons Chat, you're gonna experience it again. The zone is so big, so vast, so amazing, that the chat is super funny because people are just stuck there. For new players, it's just too much content. For older players, it's still a lot of content to go through. So many trolls, so much fun stuff to do. World PvP. World PvP in Classic was awesome. Because you had stuff like the Barons. You had this little tiny camp where all the noobs have to level up because there's not that many places to level up in. So you have everybody cramped into this little place so you can have like huge raids of alliance just attack. And if they keep the same server architecture, what do you call it, that I've seen on the vanilla, the vanilla private servers, you can have like 100 people on the screen easy without it phasing out. So hopefully they don't have phasing. That's another thing. No phasing. Absolutely no phasing. Have that. If 200 people want to go attack the horde at the crossroads, I want to see 200 people running at me at the crossroads. It's going to be pretty awesome. As far as the PvP itself, as far as instance PvP, I don't remember much of it, but hopefully they don't do the thing where they do it in Legion where everybody has the same item level and all that. No. Like, if you have a big-ass axe and you're ready to, you know, screw some noobs and all that stuff, they better not change anything about that. Like, one-shotting, people should be one-shotted. That's how it should work. Twinks will be back. That means level 19. When you're at level 19 and you're looking for twinking things, that would be great. Those will be back. And a whole bunch of other stuff I can't remember because I haven't played vanilla since Burning Crusade, right before Burning Crusade started. So unfortunately, I am a vanilla baby, but more of a Burning Crusade baby when it comes to that stuff. So I think that's pretty much it. So what do you guys think of the new expansion? Let me know in the comments below. And what do you guys think of World of Warcraft Vanilla? I want to hear your funny World of Warcraft Vanilla stories if you have any and you played during that time. And maybe we'll get Burning Crusade Classic, which seems like inevitable. And maybe we'll get servers for everything else. I do want to leave with one last thing I almost forgot, is the subscription. Will this game be free to play? Probably not. Will this game require a separate subscription? Hopefully not. Will this game run with the same subscription as your subscription to current World of Warcraft? Hopefully so. If you're going to be me and subscribe to both, regardless, I'm probably going to do that. Is it going to use the WoW token? Will you be able to buy a WoW token and use that for game time for Classic? We don't know yet. But hopefully I'll answer that over this weekend when the Q&A goes. And I am excited for World of Warcraft Classic. As far as the new expansion battle for Battle of Azeroth, I don't know, man. It's not exciting. It's just it's not that exciting. The features you have to play it. That's the thing. We'll have to play it, see if it's exciting. I mean, on pen and paper, it doesn't looks more of the same. But World of Warcraft Classic is what I'm all hyped about. I mean, maybe you're hyped about the new expansion. So, you know, to each their own. Thanks for watching. Feel free to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. You can subscribe for more World of Warcraft videos. And next time, hopefully we'll have more information. Hopefully I can do another video with more information about this.